want to give a lot of credit to North Carolina State. They're a very, very good basketball team, obviously very well coached. They got a lot of really good players, and as usual, these North Carolina State, Georgia Tech games just come right down to the wire, and it's possession by possession. So a lot of credit to North Carolina State and their coaching staff, for, as always, they're just a really good basketball team. Our guys fought, battled, clawed their way. I kept telling you guys, we're at the doorstep, and we've improved. We have gotten better as a team. We just have to be able to get through the door, and that was our next step in our progression. And our guys found a way to defend. We defended at a high level. Holding to the percentages we did, it's all through defense. It was a gritty win, and it's a lot of credit to to two guys to my right, and then just the entire team just really stepped up. Michael DeVoe had a sore foot. That's why he didn't play. I didn't know he wasn't going to play until 11 minutes before tip-off. So he's day by day, and that's just kind of where we're at. He was sore before the Louisville game, and he didn't know if he was going to play either, and that was basically a game time decision. So that's where that is. But great win for us, and really proud of our guys, and just, guys fought, competed, 50-50 balls and everything else.
Khalid was a guy who didn't play in the last game, and I thought he gave you great energy, especially on the defensive end, and playing really his first major minutes in a while.
Yeah, I was proud of Khalid, because he didn't know he was going to get the start until, with 8 minutes on the clock until tip-off when they came back in. And he hadn't played in a while, and he was ready to go and gave us great minutes. His energy, his defensive hustle, he did a great job with that. And I want to say a great shout out to the crowd. I thought the crowd was great. The atmosphere was great. The crowd gave us a great lift. So a great shout out and kudos, as always, to the Georgia Tech crowd. And it's just, you just, as in my position, my belly just burns to want to get to that championship level program what Georgia Tech wants, and we're right there, and we just, our next step was to be able to finish some of these games, and today was a good step in the right direction.
On the defensive end, it looked like your trap really bothered them a lot.
Yeah, I thought defensively we did some good things, but we've been a good defensive team. We defended well on Wednesday, and actually, we had some turnovers early in the first half, but we did a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half. Jose tied the school record with 8 steals, and that last one was just a big one, which gave us our 7th 3-stop in a row, or 7th kills, we like to call it, and just a real gritty and gutty win for Georgia Tech, and our guys just, I can't say enough about them.
What prompted you to get more minutes to Evan?
Just, Evan, every time he steps in, gives us great minutes, his energy, his effort, his motor, and I'm a guy, and these guys know that when guys are playing with great energy and or a group is playing well, I'll just kind of let that go and let it happen. And I thought James Banks gave us great minutes in the middle of affecting a lot of shots. I thought that was good. Maybe even some stat sheet stuff that doesn't show up. He really did a nice job in the middle. And I thought when we had James out and Moses was at the 5, there's a stretch there defensively. I thought Moses did a good job defensively as well.
It seemed like
by design to limit James' minutes, or is that
No, it wasn't anything designed. I mean, you still played 31, Ken. I mean, that's still a lot. When you get over 30, that's a lot. But as you know, my whole theory is just I coach every possession, just trying to win the possession.
I think you got more of what you kind of expected out of Jordan today in terms of
I thought this
rebound and assists.
Jordan's most complete game, Kelly, and he's getting better. But 7 rebounds, 6 assists, and he's getting better, and he's starting to understand it just the right way to play. He's becoming a good basketball player. So just a really, really good win against a very, very good North Carolina State team that's very well coached.
Jose, can you talk about the steal at the steal where you got fouled and then the steal at the end of the game, kind of what you saw in those 2 plays?
I was just playing with, I know we need to win this game. Like Coach said it, we got to finish strong. We fell short last 4 games, and he was like, you got to step up and try to get this win, and that's what I was doing, and it just fell my way.
How much of a challenge, or how much did you enjoy meeting that challenge of Johnson, who is one of the best players in the league?
Yes, he's a very good player. It's a blessed to play against him. ACC, like Coach said, is a tough league, and I play against great players all the time, and he was just one of those, and he's a hell of a player. And
Evan, it seems like you're getting more comfortable playing in space and kind of embracing your role where you're playing sort of a hybrid position and a stretch four at times. Can you talk about kind of that comfort level and being able to make plays for yourself and teammates today?
Yeah, I just feel like the more I'm out there, the more experienced I am, and I just get more comfortable, and it really helps my game when I'm just playing comfortable.
Jose, it seemed like you were getting to the rack pretty easily. What did you see defensively from NC State that allowed you to get to the rim as easy as you did?
I just seen the opening and I just took off. And like Coach said, James did a lot of things that is not in the stat sheet, and he made me open. That's the real thing. He knows how to do. We communicate, but I'm so glad I got him on my team, and he finished the layups that he needed to finish. And James did a good job.
It seems like, Jose, you figured out how to attack the pick and roll defenses. Teams have been throwing at you a little bit better in terms of spacing and being able to drive against that. Is that something that's kind of developed as the season's gone on and teams have defended you with James?
Yeah, but I give it credit to my teammates. I got E. Cole, probably one of the best cutters in the ACC, so they worried about him. They got Bubba on the opposite side of me, and like I said, it doesn't show on the stat sheet, but James do a heck of a job doing the pick and roll and stealing people for me to go in the lane, and it might not show, but he knows I'm proud of him when he does that.
Jose, you touched on it, but did you anticipate that handoff on the sideline there?
I just went on my guts. It gets me in trouble sometimes, but this one does it.
A couple more guys?
Josh, in terms of Michael, this is maybe an opportunity to rest him a little bit until maybe next week, until next Saturday.
We just got to take it day by day and just got to evaluate that when we get to practice on Monday.
Coach, you went out to a 15-5 lead to start the game, and then NC State kind of went on a run to close out their first half. What did they do to kind of alter the tone of the game?
NC State's a very good basketball team that's very well coached. That's going to happen. However, we took some bad first side shots, which led to their transition basket. So bad shot selection.
Turnovers.
And we had a couple turnovers. But the shot selection was the big thing. We took some bad first side shots, which led them to getting some transition baskets.
We talked about turning the corner and wanting to see that from this team as they're getting older. This certainly seemed like an opportunity. You're down your leading scorer, and Jose steps up, Evan steps up, a whole bunch of different guys stepped up for you tonight.
Yeah, Kelly, we're getting better. I know we're getting better, and I know it doesn't. Our record doesn't show it because, as I said, it's a scoreboard game, and there's a win or loss. That's sports, but we are getting better. And we're at the doorstep, and we need to be able to get through the doorstep. And today was a good first step on being able to do that.
There's still a lot of teams pretty close together in the standings, so you guys still have a lot of incentive to in the coming games and move up in the standings.
We want to win every game we play.
Yep.
I want to win every possession that we have a possession of.
We want to finish strong.
Last one, Ken. Jose, I'm curious, the last few games, the last 4 or 5 minutes, you haven't been able to make plays to put you over the top. Kind of how did you approach today any differently, or did anything differently happen that enabled you to make the plays that you did today?
We played a lot of close games, and that haven't gone our way. And we just knew we had to finish this out, and then kind of in the back of our minds, like we got to win this game, like we got to finish this game. We haven't been finishing a couple of the ACC games that came down to the wire, so we know this game was important to finish out.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right.